Well, hello, my BMX nerd friends. Welcome back to another episode of Kanode Knows, brought to you by Dig BMX. It is the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July to everybody in America, and happy Wednesday to the rest of you guys in the world. Brad Sims came over to my house. That's a sentence I never thought I would get to say. So I was like, I've been doing this podcast for a minute. I got to interview my heroes, but I've never really been like, whoa. And then when Brad Sims pulls up in a Porsche Taycan electric to my front yard and gets out of his car and kids are screaming from the pool like, yeah, you're rich. Like it was a trip. So I really enjoyed talking to him, and I was nervous, but I think it went well. It's like, an hour and a half long. I hope you guys enjoy it. We talk about everything. And then also this was recorded a couple weeks ago, and we waited because he's got Adidas 510 signature shoes out that are out now. So he shows you them in the middle of it. So you'll get to see those in the middle of the show. Go support Brad. But first, go support rawlife.com and get some green superfoods. Promo code Kanode and get 15% off. And you're supporting local homies John Mata and Joey Mata. And you're making your body better by putting some green stuff inside of it. You really do feel the difference. And if you're on an unhealthy pattern, it's a good way to start a new healthy pattern. So yeah, life's dope. Brad Sims is dope. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. Happy 4th of July. Let's get into it. Brad Sims in my house. Okay. Hi, Brad.
What's up?
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, you recording?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Man. What is that?
Zevia. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
It's the shit. It's soda, but it's sweetened with stevia, so it doesn't spike your insulin.
Actually, no, I haven't heard it.
It's fucking fire.
I heard stevia, not Zevia.
Yeah, it's actually blowing up. It's kind of cool. It's showing up in stores everywhere. I'm a big fan. It helped me. I was just telling you I lost 100 pounds. It helped me lose the weight big time.
You lost 100 pounds?
Pretty much, yeah. I lost 80 pounds over the course of 4 years.
Pretty close.
60 pounds in a year. Yeah.
Congratulations to that.
Thank you.
It sounds like, that song, that Big Pun song? What is I just want to be like Pun? He goes, I just lost 100 pounds. I'm trying to live.
Hell yeah.
Talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so big up to you on that one.
Thanks, man. You've never been out of shape, huh?
Not really, no.
Yeah. I remember a clip of you doing a push-up challenge. Trip, come here.
Oh, with
get out of here.
With what's his name? Bruce Chrisman.
Yes.
Yeah. We were in Brighton.
Yeah. Brighton name ready, no?
And Bruce had challenged me to a push-up contest.
Yeah, he did.
All right, Bruce. I don't think you're gonna beat me, but let's test
yeah.
it out. And I think he did. I don't remember how many he did, but
I want to say 40, 50 or something.
Yeah, and I beat him.
Yeah, you did. How many did you do? 100? I feel like
no, I just did enough to beat him. I think it was 50 something.
That's fucking still. I couldn't do 50 even then. How many do you think you could do right now? You want to do a push-up challenge?
Right now? I don't know what I could do. I could probably blast out probably 85 to 100.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
I think so.
Has it been a concerted effort to stay in shape like this, or it just kind of naturally came, or from your childhood, upbringing? What's fitness to you?
It's just ingrained into me. My mother was always very physically fit.
Nice.
All my uncles, and just.
So it just wasn't even an option to be lazy or be out of shape.
Yeah, you had to. You would get shamed.
Yeah.
There was no. We're gonna. There was no body positivity.
Yeah, dude.
It was you need to be in shape.
Yep.
And that's you're not gonna be going to school looking this way.
Looking sloppy.
Or no. You had to fit into this box.
Fuck
so
yeah.
Was that, yeah.
Shout out to your mom. That's awesome. Fat shaming worked on me. Low-key.
Yeah.
Should we get him out of here? He's fucking gonna kiss you on the face too. He's staring you down.
I know it, but I know you want to, be a part of the show right now, and you need some attention.
Let's get him out.
You can't do it right now, all right?
Chip, come here. Come on. There we go. All right.
Was he a doodle?
That'll do. He is a soft-coated Wheaton Terrier. I had never heard of it when I got him. There we go.
Is he a part of every show?
Yeah, he kicks it. He's either if I'm recording in there, he's sitting on the couch behind me, or if you saw what happens when people are here, he particularly likes you more than everybody else that's been here in person. All right, it's a trip to be sitting here with you, because I remember being 18, 19, watching Shook It's On religiously, like over and over and over and over again. Like I have that shit memorized. Like I can recite your fucking opening line from that shit, dude. So thanks for coming over. What are you doing here in Arizona?
I honestly came out here to do the podcast because I have some big news, and you hit me up a few months ago about come on the show, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do like a Zoom type of
fucking glad you didn't
FaceTime. So I was like, you know what? I was already in Denver working on some stuff. I had to go out there and meet up with my manager.
Yep.
We spoke for a bit, did everything, and I thought about it as well. If I'm already out here and it's a 1-hour flight to Phoenix, I might as well just go over, do the podcast, and make some big announcements.
Let's make a big announcement. What's the announcement?
What are you talking about?
What's in the box?
Oh, in the box. Well, we might have something here from Adidas 510. We got here.
Ooh, wait.
Well, people have been asking, when am I going to have either a signature shoe or a colorway? Here we go. This is the Brad Sims signature colorway. Look inside. See the signature?
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
Boom. Boom. Black. Gold.
Congrats, dude. How does one get a signature shoe? How did it happen for you? Like, what's the process of this shit?
The process? A lengthy process.
Yeah?
It was my first time having to, go through any of that. And
ooh, that's like soccer tongue, dude. That's fire.
Yeah. No, you just kind of sit down because it's a colorway.
Yeah.
So the mold was already there. So I didn't have I wasn't I didn't have to make any like structural changes.
Yep.
So it wasn't that much of a process there. Had I made like a structural change and like redesigned the whole shoe, then that would have taken much longer, especially dealing with a big company.
Yeah.
Like they don't just make a mold and put out a shoe in like
right.
2 or 3 months.
It has
later.
to go through a bunch of hoops
so many hurdles.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
So whose shoe is this? And is it somebody's shoe, or is it just a shoe and then like people are getting colorways, or?
It's the Sleuth. I don't. It's a universal like it's a versatile shoe.
Nice.
So you can ride. You want to BMX in it, mountain bikes, whatever.
Yeah.
It's good for everything.
It's like sturdy. Have you ridden in them yet? Have you worn them or ridden in them yet?
Yeah. If you paid attention to some of my clips, like me riding a trials bike or BMX bike, I've already had the shoes on.
Nice.
I just haven't really zoomed in on them to show anything.
Hell yeah. That's dope, dude. Congrats again.
Thank you.
So how do people get it? Do you know yet?
How do people get it?
Yeah.
Well, you'll be able to go to Adidas site, and they'll be available there. Go look at the 510s, the 510s section.
Sick.
And
that supports you, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats, dude. That's fire.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And this is brand new news, dude. Sick. We got an announcement,
Yeah, this is my first time with. It's not my first time having a signature product, but first time having a colorway with a shoe. Yeah.
First shoe, right? Or no?
Yeah.
I was thinking like low tech back in the day, but I don't think you were ever on low tech or anything.
No, I rode for DC.
DC.
Years ago.
I remember. Yeah.
That was short lived, but now, we're locked in over here.
Fuck yeah, aspire, dude. How did Adidas come about? I know you've talked about this on other podcasts, but what was the? Are you reaching out to this company or somebody? Like you have a manager? You said. Did that come first? How did Adidas 510? And I know Colin's on it, and more people are getting on. I think. Am I right about that or no?
Yeah, Colin and DeMarcus. They're also on.
Shout out those two, dude.
Yeah,
they're fucking
big
awesome.
Shout out to Colin and DeMarcus. It happened. This was just during the pandemic. I was out doing my Instagram thing.
Yep.
And
we all know what your Instagram thing is. I love it. Fucking awesome.
I was just kind of looking around, and I was wondering, I want something that nobody in BMX really has right now.
Yeah.
Where do I look? So I started looking at shoe brands. Then I just saw that Adidas had been working with mountain biking. I'm like, hold on, they're working with mountain biking, and I knew some mountain biking riders, but I didn't really give it much thought. And one day I saw a video of my friend Thomas Genome.
He's a mountain biker?
Yeah, incredible rider.
Yeah.
So Thomas had posted some videos, and I was looking at it, and I saw his jersey. I was like, Adidas 510.
What is that? Yeah. What does 510 mean, by the way?
510, it started out, like, they merged together. First, it was just a climbing shoe.
Oh, 510
and
was.
then Adidas bought.
Word,
510.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it became their extreme sports, like, type
it's
thing.
all outdoor. So it's all under, so Adidas 510 and Terex.
Nice.
Terex
okay.
is also the outdoor, like more like a lot of the running, hiking, all that gear. So, and that's where we are. We're on the outdoor side.
Yeah.
It's all Adidas. There's just entities within the brand.
Right.
So,
yeah.
For example,
because Adidas is a fucking monster, you know. It's
yeah.
crazy.
So the same thing. If you were to work with, if you get on Adidas and you were sponsored by, if you're a basketball player, then you're under the basketball umbrella.
Right.
You know, or hockey or lacrosse or tennis or you know. So
the main sports, yeah.
Right.
I interrupted. You were talking about Thomas, and then you saw his 510 jersey.
Right. So I saw Thomas' 510 jersey and his shoes, and it kind of blew my mind for a second. I'm like, why hasn't anybody said anything about this? How have I not known about it? And I asked some people, and they said, it was supposed to come to fruition, like years ago. Like some people, were talking about having a team.
Yeah.
But nothing happened. Then, 2020 came around, and I had just a lot of momentum going.
Yep.
So I reached out to Thomas, and Thomas said, he told me, I'll shoot you an email.
I'll shoot you an email. Yeah.
I'll shoot you an email. I'll give you
the connection.
I'll give you a connection.
He CC'd him.
Yeah.
Hell
so
yeah.
He CC'd me on it, and I just sat there for a minute, thought about it. I was like, I had my pitch deck all together.
Nice. For your personal brand, like pitch deck. Yeah.
I said, you know what? Here we go. Let me shoot my shot.
Hell yeah.
Passed the email off, and I actually received an email. I received a response pretty quickly. But they at the time, CJ, the manager at the time, she was interested, but still not 100% sure.
Hesitant.
Yeah, she was a bit hesitant on the whole thing. So we talked. So she emailed me, and what she said was, she goes, I can see that you're a legit rider. Everything looks good. However, if I were you, I would entertain looking for some other, shoe sponsors.
Huh.
And I thought, damn, that's not reassuring, right?
Yeah.
But then she said, I can send you some shoes to test out and give me some feedback. So I think that was her just kind of testing the waters to see if I was really,
right, yeah,
if I was really interested in representing the brand,
right.
And there at the time there was nothing BMX related over there.
Yeah.
So we emailed, we went back and forth a bunch of times, and I just started going harder and harder on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
And I was getting people started asking about my shoes. I didn't say anything. They was like, "What are those? What are you riding?"
Yeah, what are those?
And
with the 510 logo.
Yeah, because
right?
some people see they see the 5, but they don't realize that
it's also a 10.
Also,
and it's Adidas
there, and a 10. It's all that, and also my name on the inside. Whoop, whoop, right? So,
what shoes were you rocking in 2020? What was your first pair of 510s?
Right there.
No shit, the same one.
Yep.
Yeah. Dope.
If you look back, I was wearing the white ones a lot.
Yeah.
The white ones with the gum sole. I was wearing the black ones with the red stitched outline on them.
Yep.
Yeah. So we went back and forth with that, and I was on a trip. I was out in Washington, and I had sent her a few emails and didn't hear anything back. And I was man, I was like, something's up. And I was like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen.
Yeah.
So I sent another email. Then I received one back in 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, like it damn near jumped out of my shoes, right?
Yeah.
Because I was already there. I was wearing the shoes, doing everything. And that's when she said, okay, what do you need to make this work?
Nice.
And this was the first time anybody had really asked me, like, what
for
do
real.
I need to make, something work? At least in the bike industry. Like
right,
this.
yeah. Other companies would be like, here's what you get. if that, you know.
Right. It's like, take it or leave it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, what do you need to make this work? And I scratched my head for a second.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say, how long did it take to think about that?
It didn't take that long. I sat there for a minute and just to process and said, well, I think apparel and footwear would make the most sense.
Yeah.
At least to get the most out of me.
Right.
You know, and that way I don't have to go. I won't have to go off, you know, searching for, you know, another brand.
Yeah.
I can just be partial. I can be under one umbrella.
Yeah.
You know, for like footwear and apparel is great with Adidas. They make everything.
Yep.
So that was a no-brainer there. So yeah, we talked for a bit, ran it back and forth. Should have went through loads of meetings and all that stuff, because at that time Adidas was not taking on BMX.
Yeah.
It was just mountain bike and all the
And
other
then here
sports. comes
comes Brad.
Then I just kept,
He came in there, dude.
yeah, I was just
I love it.
I was I was determined.
Yeah,
just
you
to-
were.
just to make it happen.
Is this the infamous like 6 months that you set yourself to make it work? Because
Yeah.
I heard you talk about that.
Yep.
That's fire.
It was that, yeah, 6 months. But that deal didn't really come to life until, let's see, in the summer of 2020, no, fall of 2020. That's when I got the ball rolling
Yeah.
there. But then it got a little shaky, and I was a little unsure.
Mm-hmm.
And some emails kept going back and forth. Then it was. I finally received a contract. Got a contract.
Nice.
Went over everything, and I think January. I get signed when I made my announcement. I signed the contract like 2 days before that.
Nice. Yeah.
So it was
official.
The whole. It took damn near a whole year.
Yeah.
To make it happen.
Well, the big company like that, I heard it takes like that long with Red Bull or other big sponsors like that, which is, you know.
Yeah, they have a real, not all of them, but some of them they have a vetting process.
Yeah, you got to, you know, like bring it. That's serious, dude. Like you're the first BMXer on 510. So then, now that Colin and DeMarcus are on, is that your doing? Like,
Yep.
That's so sick.
I opened the door up and it felt great, you know, because the first year it was me and I'm doing my thing, and after that I was kind of looking around. I was getting hit up by everybody, like all the magazine brands, all the top videographers, dudes. Everybody was hitting me up and like, hey, what are they doing? Are they gonna start a team? Or do you want to film a video part? Everybody was hitting me up, and I understood. I was like, okay, cool, you know, big brand.
Yep.
Want to get in there, you know, like people are concerned whether or not they're here to stay, you know, and so forth. So we had to think about it for a minute.
Yeah.
And for a minute, it felt a little lonely. Not that lonely. It only felt lonely because I wanted to help people. I wanted to help, you know. It's nice, cool, like things are going well for you, but it's also,
You want to bring everybody up with you.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. You can extend an olive branch, and you know, pull some people up.
Yep.
And I told DeMarcus early on, before I even made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned it to him. I said, if I get this deal,
You're coming with.
I was like, there'll be a good chance. And I said, if you receive an email, it's gonna happen.
Hell yeah.
Then a whole year went by. Then I think it was spring of 2022.
22.
Mhm.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole year went by where it's just you, and then you bring people on in 2022.
Actually, I don't even think it was spring. It was later than that. Maybe it was spring. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on, like, because so many companies have come into BMX and then they just bounce, you know? They come in kind of like half-assed, like, okay, let's just do it. You know, and I forget. Honestly, I can't even remember. Levi's comes to mind, but that they didn't really half-ass it. They kind of went balls to the wall, but then it stopped making sense. Like, what are your thoughts with Adidas and 510? Are they here to stay? Like, do you feel secure with it? Like,
Yeah, I feel secure. I don't.
are they hyped on doing the BMX shit?
They're hyped on me in general, just riding bikes, because I'm, you know, a multifaceted,
Yep.
you know, athlete.
When did that start? The multifaceted shit.
Mountain biking?
Yeah.
Not long after I made the announcement, because I was I went riding mountain bikes before. I went riding with Christian Regal, Brandon Seminook, and like Logan Pete and a few other guys. We went out there. Corey was there. Corey Martinez, Dennis Anderson.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we just had one crazy crew, and I was tired from riding one day. I'm kind of banged up from filming my real BMX part.
Yep.
Like Christian's like, yeah, you want to go ride mountain bikes? Yeah, sure, okay. Didn't really give it much thought. Then we show up, and I didn't even know who Brandon Seminook was at the time.
No shit.
But I'm like, we're standing here with
one of the goats,
you know, of mountain biking. And I get there, and I was like, okay, I saw the Red Bull helmet. I'm like, Red Bull helmet.
Yeah,
I was like, mountain biking. They have like 7, 8 extra mountain bikes for us. We get there, and I hadn't ridden trails in probably 3 years at that time. I was just 100% street, and maybe a little, park here and there.
Right.
But mostly street.
Yeah.
And we go to the spot out in Santa Cruz, and we get there, and we just go for a ride, and have like the most fun I've had in years riding a bike, And it wasn't a day. It wasn't like a stressful day riding. It was just normal. Just cruising, doing something I've never done before.
Yeah.
At least riding at that pace. And that day stuck with me for a while.
Hell yeah.
And I just kind of kept thinking about it. And so you know what? If I'm on Adidas now, like I also got sponsored by Maxxis. So Maxxis came into play.
Yeah.
So if I'm on Adidas and the Adidas 510 team is predominantly mountain bikers, why not get a mountain bike?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Why not try this out? So I got a manager right around that time.
Nice.
I started talking, and I asked him, I said, what do you think about it? I was like, I can ride a mountain bike. I'm only going to be a shell of myself on a mountain bike.
Compared to BMX,
right?
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, let's reach out to some brands and see what happens, And the second I opened the door after that Canyon announcement, when I got on Canyon, it was the craziest thing ever. I mean, they just lined up. I picked up like 8 sponsors in like 1 year.
Hell yeah.
It was, nothing like I had ever experienced before.
Yeah. Name them for me.
They just line right up. So you got Adidas, 510, Canyon bikes, Canyon, Maxxis, SRAM Shox, Industry 9, Troy Lee Designs.
Damn.
Insta360 now.
No shit. The camera.
Yep.
Dope.
Insta360 action sports camera.
I have one. That shit's sick.
Oh no, the 360 one's so good.
Yeah.
With that, oh man, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. No, let me check my phone real quick. I can't forget anybody. Oh yeah, One Up USA, which is they make the best bike racks.
Nice.
One Up USA and Crank Brothers, they make awesome pedals.
I know Crank Brothers pedals, dude. I used to have them. So like when I first started, when I was like 16, I got into mountain biking. Like I watched this video Rome, like a DVD called Rome, and I learned about Cam McCall and all these guys, and I started geeking out on mountain bike companies like Crank Brothers and Deity, and you said Troy Lee Designs. I was like, so you listing those off, I was like, holy shit, it's kind of surreal. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, all those brands are.
So after Canyon, they all come together. That's pretty rad. What's your what's your favorite thing to ride on a mountain bike? On that first day with all them boys, like, were you just cruising down trails like on a mountain, not hitting jumps, or were you hitting jumps?
We just started off on jumps. Like the first jump was like a 35-foot long.
Jesus Christ!
So I hadn't been. I was like, oh, okay, because one of the scariest things about mountain biking when people don't like as much is the speed.
Yeah, I could see that.
You're consistently depending on where you go, but you are riding at high pace all the time. I mean, you can slow down, but if you're really hitting jumps, if you're hitting anything that's more than 30 feet, once you're going 30, 40, 50, 60, like you're flying. And the thing is, like, when things go wrong on a mountain bike, they go wrong very quickly. You just you fall and you
real hard.
Continue to fall.
Yeah.
It's not boom, boom. That's that. It also challenges your long-term memory, because you may go to a trail and there might be 50, 60 features on the line.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So you may stop somewhere, and unless you hit the trail, 5 or 6 times, there's a lot to remember.
Right.
So you may, okay, cool, this S turn here.
Yeah.
There might be a drop here that you need to brake for, or there might be like a step up or something. And also, the wind. If you're riding somewhere open, like wind on any bike is bad, especially BMX, but mountain bikes, because the wheel size.
Yeah.
It's like you're
blow you right over.
Yeah, you're a wind sail.
Yeah.
You're a sail. You'll get toppled right over. I've had some pretty hard slams on a mountain bike just because of the wind.
Yeah.
You hit a drop, especially a drop, because you have no like real forward momentum.
Right.
You're just dropping,
Yeah.
and the wind will just scoop you right up and dump you over.
Shimmy on over. That's
Yeah.
wild. What's your favorite location you've been to ride mountain bikes? Have you like traveled specifically for riding mountain bikes, or is it all kind of multi-purpose? Like what like dictates, or what, I don't know, what's the word? Dictates, inspires, / motivates your travel these days? Like, is it for mountain bikes first and then BMX, or what's it looking like?
It's both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always have 2 bikes with me.
That's sick.
Always. It's pretty rare. It's rare if I don't have 2 bikes with me.
Yeah.
Mountain bike's there, the BMX is there. Sometimes there's 3. There's also the trials bike.
Yep. That's dope. So let's talk about the trials bike. How did that come in to play? Because it looks pretty fun, dude. It looks so different. Like
well, one, it's a street trials bike, so it's closer to a BMX bike than anything.
What's a regular trials bike then, if not a street trials bike?
You've seen the competition trials bikes?
Yeah, where I guess they're a little bit longer, right?
They're longer, like they're forward. Like
yeah,
small wheels.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Or
right.
some of them have 26
Yep.
wheels. Those are different. They're not. That
doesn't seem too fun.
That's not a bike that you ride around on. That one,
Yeah.
it's like designed for show.
Yeah.
And the street trials one, you can really pedal around and you can have fun on it. The gear ratio is still small, mostly because you want to do these pedal skips.
Right.
Like you jump on one thing and you skip off the next one. But other than that,
has it been hard to learn that shit?
that hasn't been super hard. Doing all the BMX things on a trials bike, that's not what's hard. The hard thing is doing like real trials riding.
Right. Yeah.
And there's a different style of trials riding, because the competition trials bikes, they're designed for just climbing and going straight up things, just like back wheel hopping, just jumping onto something like some crazy side hops. The street trials, you ride it more like a BMX.
Yeah.
And where I could probably ride that bike pretty close to how I can ride a BMX bike. I just don't have pegs on it.
Yeah.
But you have brakes. Like you get the braking power of a supercar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, disc brakes are crazy. You get the front brake, back brake. You just stop. So
Can you do that shit where I'm sure you can. All the nose pivot type shit that I see like Danny Maxxis doing. And all
some
that
of it, yeah. But those guys, Danny and Fabio,
they're on 26, huh?
No, they're 20. They're on 24, like me.
24, okay.
Yeah. Danny, everybody, Danny Mac and Fabio Whitmer. He's on Canyon. Yep. I was watching those guys, and I met up with them, and I then was in, where were we at? We were on a Canyon trip out going from San Diego to Vegas, and Gabriel Whitmer was there. Gabriel is Fabio's cousin. So I hopped on Gabriel's bike, and I rode it around. I just did a manual 183 on it, and hold on, this bike feels like BMX bike.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Then I started talking to Cam, because that bike is not available in North America. So I just hit up the global marketing manager there. I asked him, like, can I get one of these? Yeah, I think we can make it happen.
Hell yeah.
So they sent one over, built it up, and I've just been riding it.
Fuck yeah. I've seen the clips that you've posted on Instagram. Is there anything else that you filmed on the trials bike yet?
Stuff nobody's seen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have a fun video that's coming out.
Sick.
So you'll see some trials riding there.
Top secret? What's the fun video?
A bit of mountain biking, a bit of trials. There's a Canyon Collective project.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's Canyon Collective?
Canyon Collective is, I don't know if you've seen it. Canyon, like Vowels. It's just like what mountain biking, what bike riding is to us. You know.
Canyon Collective. Let's see. Sorry. Canyon Collective. CanyonCollective.com. No, that's not it. That's a fucking app. There we go.
Yeah.
CLICTV.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say it was to us?
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Cool. So it's the whole squad.
Mm-hmm.
Downhill, trail, or enduro. Gathers committed mountain bikers like you with fans and pro athletes who share one obsession. That's cool. Dope.
Right. So just.
So what's involved in this project?
It's sort of. Well, my video, I guess, would be more of a good times type of video.
Okay.
It's not super serious. I'm just gonna ride and having fun on my bike. And it's my first time on the trials bike, so I'm just trying to find myself because I was on a trip and I was riding. We were out in Vegas, and I don't know much. I had way too much bike with me. I had my Canyon Torque, which is designed for like huge jumps. Yeah. And it was just way too much. It's too big of a bike to have out in Vegas for that stuff. So I had it for a few days, and I ended up going home because I didn't film much. And I went back a second time with Rafi. So he and I rode around in Ryan Mills and
Rafi V, right?
Valdez, yeah.
Yeah, dope.
Yep. So and Ryan Mills and Justin. So yeah, we just cruised around for a few days, filmed some stuff, and
dope. Rafi's really nice at filming, dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's down to make it happen.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Christian Regal a bit.
Yeah.
Christian just down to make.
Just let's do
whatever happen.
Yeah.
Like if you need to move, I don't know, half of a mountain out of the way.
Yeah, he's like, let's do it.
Get the clip. Christian will go get I don't know, an excavator. Yeah. And
legitimately, huh?
And move it and try to make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes in, dude.
Yeah, Christian is. I'm not even gonna say arguably, because I've worked with a lot of people, but Christian is down. That's like the most motivated filmer to make things happen. Yeah. Like he'll go above and beyond.
For real.
Yeah.
And you could tell like his passion. I talked to him and he's just, and whatever he does, he's like all in. Like he took out a loan and got the red camera and shit. And it's just like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like he stepped up BMX filming, in my opinion, as far as like the market DVD and then moving on and all the projects he did with all them boys since, like Christian's dope. It makes me wonder, like, because you've filmed with so many fuckers over the years, like, like who was the original person that you filmed with? Like who filmed your Shook It's On part?
Chad Shackelford.
The one and only. Like that was when he was still actually filming the things, right? Because eventually Shook became like he edited submitted footage, right? Or like what, you know what I mean? I heard that like Shook videos towards the end, like Chad Shack didn't really film any of it. Is that true or not?
Oh, I don't remember like how things ended. Yeah. I just know I just remember the first few years, but like towards the end, I'm not sure. Maybe people. You know what? I think I do remember hearing people submitting video parts and just kind of editing them.
Because my homie Drew Hostleton out here, he submitted a part back in the day, and that I forget what fucking edit. One of my first ever clips that got into a DVD was in a Shook video, like towards the credits. Like I submitted my clip, and it was a 540 cab down a 3-stair, and I was so excited that it was in a Shook video. I was like,
nice.
Oh my god, Brad Sims and Carl Pointer were in Shook too. What do you remember from the Shook It's On days? Let's talk about that for a second.
What I remember?
Yeah.
The video part or the.
I guess the experience behind the video part. Like I heard you talking about it. Like you couldn't see at night. Like and a lot of the clips were at night. But
yeah, I mean that video part is it 17 or 18 years old?
Yeah. It's old enough to drive.
My video part is old enough to drive, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what I remember. I mean, I remember everything. The whole video part.
How'd you meet Chad?
Carson Tanis. You know Carson Tanis? Skinny?
Yeah, I know Skinny. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we all used to ride for Bulldog.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. So he was on a trip let's see, so Skinny, Marlon Europe, those guys.
God, I love them, dude.
Yeah, those guys. They
Marlon was nice with the hang five.
Yeah, they were on a trip, and I asked him what trip he went on. He said, "Yeah, we're going on a Shox trip." And
you're like, "What's a Shox trip?"
Obviously,
yeah.
I knew about it, but obviously knew. He told me who was filming. I was like, Chad. I was like, "Oh, Chad Shack's filming." I was like, "Oh, cool."
Hell yeah.
And I asked him, "You think you could, drop my name, see if he'd be down to work with me?" And he said he would. But then I didn't hear anything for a while. But then I think we went down to, where did we go? Went to Florida for Roots Jam. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
damn.
we went to Roots Jam, and with the Bulldog crew and everything. We filmed a video there. And then, because that was for Mega Tour. Yeah.
Wow.
We were on Mega Tour and all that, and Bulldog video that came out. So people were starting to get kind of familiar with my work.
Yep.
And
Brad fucking Sims, dude. You like the 180 stuff. This is before that, but still.
Yeah. So then the rate, I think in the fall, that's when Chad hit me up. Yeah. Then after that, I went up to Cleveland. He hit me up. We worked on my part. I think I was there for about a week.
Dope.
Yeah.
You filmed that whole part in a week? Pretty much, yeah? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did.
Yeah. Like, where is that spot that's like this? In that part, it's like this. You know what I mean? Fucking Carl 180's it. You do something on it, I think. I could be tripping. But I just getting like little flashes of your part. That big ass air whip where where it goes back and forth. And I'm thinking about it's like transition, and there's a gap between the two, and then transition down. Whatever. I'm like picturing your part, and I can't. You might not even have ridden that shit, but
the only pyramid thing I can think of is this spot in Chattanooga, in Tennessee.
Yeah.
There's a rainbow rail. I did a backwards grind on it.
Yes, that's what I am visualizing, but that's not the same spot as like what Carl rode or whatever. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe Carl ride it. I don't think. Well, maybe I didn't ride it. Maybe just Carl.
You didn't ride it. Yeah, Carl rode it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly the clip that I was thinking about, though. Is the backwards on the little hump, rainbow rail, like that you went over. Yeah, that's the clip I was thinking of. Anyway, dude, it's such a trip thinking your whole career. What do you even ask yourself? What do you even ask Brad Sims, dude? Shit, dude. Bulldog bikes. I think you're the first person on the show that I've ever been like actually nervous for. I'm like, oh shit, holy shit!
What are you nervous about?
Brad Sims is in my fucking living room, man. You know, you're a fucking legend, dude. That's what. I guess I'm just getting in my head about what should I ask, you know. I keep going. I'm flashing back and forth from like the past 19-year-old Brad to now Brad, and then everything in between, and all the travel and your whole entire life and BMX career. It's like, it's pretty damn special. And the fact that you're like making an adult living right now, like doing what you're doing, is very special and like rare, you know. Like, you probably have some insights to like give advice to kids on what to do. I guess like first I think comes the work. You have to do the work, and you did the work with like no reward for however long, and then it finally all pays off, like that delayed gratification. How important do you think delayed gratification is in life?
It's important simply because learning how to create a plan,
Yep.
and following through.
Having a vision.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the most difficult things, especially if you grew up around people who are planners,
right?
You know, who don't have a vision. You know, it makes it difficult, and you just kind of live in this world of immediate gratification.
Yeah, for real. It's so easy to get stuck in that too. Like, just, all right, what are we doing this weekend? You know, that's, people are living for the next weekend, and that's basically it, you know? So how far in it, for your specific plan, like, or your vision? How far ahead are you thinking?
Now,
Yeah.
you know, I'm thinking 5 and 10 years out.
Nice.
Which is, it's still difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming into this stage of my life, like in my late 30s.
Right.
This wasn't something that happened. I mean, I gained a lot of success in BMX early on. You know, I started, I always had some sort of sponsor from like 12 onward. You know, like bike shops were hooking me up.
At 12?
Yeah.
No shit.
I used to race. I raced for 3 years.
Nice.
So I was on a bike shop. So I used to go to a bike shop and just change tubes and clean up the shop, and they'd give me, grips and other things. So I just ride my bike across town.
Yeah.
And go do that.
Your mom get you into racing?
No, my uncle did.
Nice. Shout out your uncle. Fucking A.
Yeah. He got me into it when I was 11. Just kind of supernatural at riding, and just went from there. He didn't stick with it very long, but he got me into it, and I just decided to, just stick with it. And see
Who was supernatural? He was, or you were?
My uncle. I mean, I think I was, pretty natural at it too.
Yeah.
It was just, we were all very athletic.
Yeah.
We played all the team sports, so hopping on a bike was.
You got all the kinetic intelligence.
Yeah.
Have you heard that term before? Kinetic intelligence? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I first started, I was like, dude, that's a cool term.
Yeah.
Means your brain knows how to tell your body what to do. So you've had success, and now thinking about 5 years ahead.
Yeah, 5, 10. What, like I said, it's difficult to do because now I'm trying to do so much at one time, and it's a little difficult to just pace. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes I catch myself still wanting to sprint.
Yeah. So what's an example of still wanting to sprint?
Going crazy on Instagram,
Doing too much on Instagram. Do you think you can do too much on Instagram? You know what I mean?
Can you do too much on Instagram? I guess it's subjective,
Right.
My past achievements don't necessarily dictate future success for anybody who's trying to follow the same blueprint.
Right.
So for some people, there might be too much. For others, not so much. Let's say you take a person who has filmed, let's say like a Dakota Roach.
Yeah.
You take Dakota's filmed, I don't know, probably 17, 18 video parts.
Yep.
If Dakota decided to say, all right, cool, I'm just going to do Instagram, what can you say?
Yeah, for real.
Like, hey, I have hours of footage clocked.
Yeah, go check out one of my parts if you want.
If I want to do Instagram from now until I retire, go kick rocks.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, he could do that. Dennis could do it. Garrett could do it. Damn, I mean, Felix has filmed so many video parts now.
Yeah.
He could probably do it.
Just in 3 years, dude, he's filmed 17 video parts.
Right. So, but it boils down to what do you want? Everybody doesn't achieve the same way.
Yeah. True.
Maybe an achievement for one rider might be just to get a couple free frames and maybe to film a video part under a brand.
Right. And get validated,
Yeah, some validation in that, and that's it. Then there might be another rider who wants to, live full time off their passion, their career, and make it work for them.
Yep.
So it boils down to what you want, what kind of plan you put forth.
It's wild to think of the longevity of your career, and there has to have been some downs, some real bummer parts. Or would you agree?
For sure. Yeah.
And when you're in a down part, what do you do to get yourself out of it? Are you self-aware and being like, all right, I'm just depressed right now and it'll pass? Or how do you deal with the lows that inevitably come on chasing a dream?
Adventure. Keep moving around. You gotta keep moving. If you're just, I don't know, if you're just stuck trying to chase happiness, it's a feeling. They change all the time. You know, so creating plans. You know, just like you can create a plan. It doesn't mean that it's gonna come to fruition, but it increases the probability of it happening.
Yes.
So long, you give yourself something to do.
Yep.
And you can, figure out, slowly chip away at things. It will, give yourself some responsibilities. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I can't. Not having responsibilities it's kind of miserable.
Yeah, for real.
To be honest, you don't have anything to do. So
having been there, not having responsibility, I can agree. Yes.
Yeah, and having too much to do, kind of create the same thing. So finding a healthy balance, even though it's not really. Sometimes you don't even really find a healthy balance. You just either you rise to the occasion.
Yes.
Which that kind of makes it fun. It gives you some new challenges.
Yeah.
So having challenges, yeah.
I think you talking on like having that plan. It doesn't necessarily have to like go exactly according to plan, but it still gives you a direction to take steps in, and like all your brain wants is just to take that step, and then the next step, and then the next step, and it gives you that dopamine hit. Like
yeah, and you typically you want it to happen immediately. You don't think about it like, I want this to happen. I want this to happen now. I'm glad it didn't happen the way I wanted it to, because I was not mature enough. Had I gained this much success 15 years ago, I don't think I would even be still riding bikes.
Yeah, it'd be so easy to just like fuck off. What would younger you do?
No, I was just too immature. I was way too financially irresponsible. I was just way too hedonistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
For sure. I would blow every dollar I had. I would just blow on traveling, which was great because I had cool sponsors at the time who gave me a big travel budget.
Yep.
So I would use all that money, and I would just any little contest I could find, that was another country or here or somewhere, I would just go, because during that time I wasn't earning much money.
Yeah.
So
you were talking about that. You get the per diem and
I was doing that. I was just living off per diem. It's just a few $100s, but still it was enough to keep me on the road, keep me meeting up with other filmers.
Yep.
Getting interviews, doing everything. So it was.
Being in Russia where they can only speak BMX English, which is fucking hilarious. Like you told us.
Yeah, that was a time where. Oh no, that was in Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, this guy Kirill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
they just talking to you. They're saying barspin, Brad, barspin.
A lot of BMX English. Hey, hello, in BMX English. Like 360, 720. Man,
you're like, dude.
Sometimes
can we talk about
like a real issue? I'm like, how can I figure this out?
Did you end up learning the language?
Yeah, I learned quite a bit of Russian.
Nice.
Russian, Polish, Spanish.
Sick. Do you speak any fluently at this point?
Fluent enough.
Fluent enough to get by, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
More than get by. I can, if I need to, I can sit next to somebody. We can talk all day long.
Nice.
It also depends on the conversation. If you want to go heavy, I don't know, politics, then
yeah.
Or I don't know, philosophical.
Right.
Then
it gets over your head.
I'm going to be outclassed. Yeah. But that's even a challenge in your mother tongue, depending on the topic.
For real. Yeah.
It's like if you can sit down with a nuclear physicist, and he's gonna be speaking English to you.
It's like, what the hell are you saying, dude? Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I've listened to some smart fuckers on the internet, and it's just like, it's kind of fun to like overload yourself with trying to listen to, like Andrew Huberman. We'll talk about. He does a really good job of like breaking down really complicated biology and science and making it digestible, but even still he's just like dropping all these science terms, and it's like, dude, like it's pretty wild. It's out there. I kind of want to get back to fitness and what your like lifestyle is nowadays, like as a professional athlete. What are you putting in your body every day, and what are you doing to stay active besides just riding, if anything, like stretching, drinking water? What do you pay attention to what you eat? How do you maintain the athlete lifestyle? That's a fun question.
So I eat about 7 boxes of Twinkies a week.
Do you really? Fuck off.
I haven't eaten a Twinkie in years. Yeah. No, I try to. I eat what I do. Eat what I want. Eat whatever I want. But I am mindful of what I put in my body. So.
What do you want to eat? Like, what have you eaten in Arizona? It's okay if it's not healthy.
I'm mostly eating seafood, really.
Nice.
I haven't had any steaks this week, unfortunately.
I love steaks.
Maybe I might go get a steak tonight. We'll see.
You deserve a steak.
But yeah, a lot of salmon, fish. I eat everything. As far as like working out, stretching, I go through waves. Sometimes, like I'll be on it, super consistent.
Yeah.
Then I'll just kind of slack off and not do much. Like I've been able to maintain my physique for such a long time. Like
Yeah.
I've been like this since I was 17.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
So it's in a way it's kind of intuitive for me.
Dope.
It's just it's genetics too.
Yeah.
I can not work out for a year, just do my riding
And still keep it.
That's the thing about BMX where, like, if you're not really filming, especially if I'm not really filming, trying something hard, I don't get much workout at all.
Right. Yeah.
If when I'm filming, that's when.
That's a real workout. Yeah.
And difference from that and riding mountain bikes, you ride mountain bikes, you're getting a workout all the time.
For real.
If it's somewhere, like you're really riding somewhere
Right.
fast and where you need to really be on point.
Yep.
And make sure that make sure you're aware.
Yeah.
You're getting a workout because some of the lines are so long. Like there's a place in Austria called Schladming, and you can start the line from the top all the way down to the bottom. It'll take you 15 minutes.
Damn.
Down.
That's a long ass line.
Riding, yeah.
Yeah, for real.
You get down to the bottom and your arms will be so tired and you have so much forearm pump.
Yeah.
You'll be hitting the front brake, the back brake, just getting jerked around on your bike. So yeah, you get some serious workouts in. But yeah, I like I'll do weights. I remember back in the day people would they have a lot to say about weight training and everything. But now it's good to see more riders being more conscious about it.
I agree.
Because it's good to have some muscle.
For real.
You fall down, you can bounce back. You see all the time. I see some guys that are just small, just fragile, and they can not take any slams at all.
Yep.
But then you see dudes that that have some mass to them. They get right back up. They just bounce.
Yep.
Bounce back. And still, I don't know. I mean, depending on how you want to look.
For real. I'm trying to look good naked, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice go to the beach, pull your shirt off. And not have to, feel insecure about having some good. But you lost 100 pounds, 80 pounds.
Yeah. I'm so hyped on life right now. I'm taking my shirt off wherever I fucking can. Like every day I'm going outside and just walking around with my shirt off. It's great, man. Feels good.
That's
and
good.
I still got a ways to go, like body fat percentage wise. But my mom, my girlfriend, everybody's like, "You're too skinny." I'm like, "No, I'm still working on it. I'm not getting skinny. I'm getting muscular and low body fat. Like you'll get it.
Right.
I'm trying to get that one picture where I got the body of Brad Sims. What would you think your body fat percentage is?
Mine?
Yeah. 5%, 6%.
No, not that.
Fucking
way. That's
genetics, 10%.
That's like a physique model or something. I'm probably hanging around 10.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what mine is so I have a before. Dude, looking at my before and after pictures is nuts. Let me show you my fat pic.
I'm trying to. I don't know if I ran into you when you were.
I don't think so. I was pretty in my own.
Damn near 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah, in my own little world. Look at that guy.
Oh my God.
That guy.
You went from that to this now.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a transformation.
I did it to myself, but it feels good. I was falling behind for a dramatic victory.
Self-induced, huh?
Yep. I was drinking a lot.
Yeah, most things are.
Yep. I took the Sabrosa party lifestyle and then just kept it going alone in my room. I would just I would drink a bottle of wine as a warm up and then a couple of beers and then liquor, and then all of a sudden I'm pretty drunk and I ordered 2 meals and just pure gluttony, dude. Like I was in a deep depressive hole. It was messy.
And before you know it,
Oh, fuck. My boss just called. And then before I know it, I was looking like that, and I was like, shit, I gotta do something.
Kablooey.
Pause.
Running the Victim Olympics.
The Victim Olympics, dude. That is our culture right now. Yeah. I'm offended. No, you're oppressing me. Do you feel oppressed, Brad?
No.
Why not?
Why
You're
not?
supposed to be oppressed. You're black in America.
Oh man, that's funny. I mean, I live here in America. Live in the U.S. I ride bikes for a living. I'm in the greatest position I've ever been in before in my life. There's nobody in my way holding me back, and even if I thought that they were holding me back, more than likely I was in my own way. So,
Preach. Fucking A. I forget how it came up earlier before the podcast. We were talking about America and like, I brought up the CIA and how gnarly it is, and like we're pretty fucked up, the CIA, with the rest of like dominating the world and interfering with all kinds of shit. And you were like, America's still the best country in the world. And I was like, I agree, you know, like, and it's so sick to hear it coming from you because you've been around the world and seen everything firsthand. What's the second best country in the world?
The second best?
Yeah.
You know what? That is a difficult one to say. I'm not sure if I can answer that question. Maybe.
I'm not sure if I could either, too.
Let's see. If I didn't live in the U.S.,
Yeah, where would you want to go?
where would I go? Man, I don't know. Maybe Canada or Australia. Maybe somewhere in Southeast Asia. You know,
No
but
shit.
I would try to. I'd have a business
In
you know.
Southeast Asia?
I would have a business. I don't know. Maybe no. Some of those places are just too small. You know, I would get like island fever.
Yeah,
You
go
know,
crazy.
just way too.
You would know every nook and cranny of the city after riding around a couple
Yeah,
months.
I've been to, places like for example, like Singapore.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful place, cool, interesting, but it's so small. You know. Like
How long were you there?
I stayed there one time for. Let me see. I was there for 2 weeks. Then went back a second time for about a week.
Nice.
Yeah. But
For riding? Was there a contest there?
first time was a riding trip. It was, I think I was 20. I was 21. Yeah, I was on Hoffman at that time,
Sick.
and there was a Metro Jam out there.
No shit. Cool.
Yeah, the Metro Jam.
Of all the places for Metro Jam.
And
Singapore.
that was my first time out of the country too.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what broke your seal. It popped your travel cherry. First time out of the country.
Yep.
That's dope.
That was it. I couldn't even. Yeah, that pretty much sealed the deal for me for a good decade or more.
Yeah.
Just going there one time. I was like, okay, cool. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a passport at the time. I didn't know where Singapore was. I didn't know anything about Southeast Asia.
I don't think I know much about Southeast Asia, to
I
be
heard
honest.
I heard of some of those, some of the countries, but I wasn't aware. Because I remember Mark Owen sent me an email. He said, "Hey, Brad, you want to go to Singapore for Metro Jam?" I'm like, "Where's Singapore? And what is that?" He goes, "Oh, it's a
What
country
is
out
that?
in Southeast Asia." So I got had a T-Mobile sidekick at the time.
I remember seeing clips of you with a sidekick.
Got on my sidekick. I'm like, let me check out Singapore. Where is that? I'm like, way over there. And I went on. I went on a trip. Pretty sure we were on a My Creation trip.
Sick. I remember my creation. Yeah.
We were on a My Creation trip up in Canada, and I went down to. Yeah, I went up there, and right before that, I had filled out all the documents for a passport. And I called my grandma. I got back, and I asked her. I said, "Hey, Grandma, any mail there for me?" She said, "No, not yet." Then I think it had been there for a few days by the time I actually returned to the house. And I got there, she said, "Oh yeah, this package here is for you. I'm like, what is that? She goes, I don't know. It's been here for a few days. Why didn't you tell me? I opened up. It was my passport. The first passport. I'm like, oh damn, passport. So
hell yeah.
I went to went there. Had the time of my life.
Sick. And it started it all.
Yeah, so I had a great experience. Flew back and didn't know anything. Didn't know about jet lag.
Yeah. You're like, why do I feel like shit?
At least not that type of jet lag. I'm in the middle of the day just sleeping for, 8 hours.
Yeah.
I was just doing it. I did it for about 4 days.
Because it is like literally the opposite side of the world, right? Yeah. It's got, yeah.
I did it for like 4 days back to back, and it was, my mom was like, why are you sleeping for 7-8 hours
yeah.
in the middle of the day?
At noon.
I'm jet
What
lagged.
you
She's
doing?
like, what?
What is that?
Yeah. So that happened, and I got back, and I got invited on another trip, And this was back when South African Airways would send you tickets in the mail. Yeah, so we booked my flight to South Africa. I went down there with Chase Hawk, Mike Aiken, Chad Shack,
Damn.
Walter Perringer, and
Squad. Holy shit.
yeah, that was a good time. So we're down there with those guys, meeting all the South African locals, and we were down there for about 2 weeks. But it was just like back-to-back trips.
Sick.
Same thing. I got there and just was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. What was it about it? Because like, it can either be like super exhausting and you don't want to try. Like a lot of people don't want to travel, which is interesting. But you got the bug. What made you get the bug?
It's exhausting. I don't actually enjoy the process of traveling all that much. I like exploring
new places,
the destination.
Yes,
which is fun. So I totally understand. And I get why people don't want to travel, like the actual travel process. And most people don't travel enough, or they're not in a position where they can travel enough, where they can really like reap the benefits of being on an airline, where you have like the priority check-in, or you got TSA pre. Go through.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just signed up for TSA pre.
Just now, just recently.
About 2 months ago. And
I was gonna say, dude, you should.
And that's been out for years. I'm like, why have I? I'm like, how slow am I? How slow could I possibly be? And it's $70 for 5 years. And
wow.
Yeah, my credit card, they reimburse you for it.
Nice.
So I'm like, how could I be so just stupid?
Yeah, you've been fucking up.
I've been standing in the longest security lines for years.
Just looking at the empty TSA pre-check line, like,
yep.
damn.
Looking at TSA pre, I got TSA pre, clear.
Yep.
All that stuff, all the priority check-ins. You can think of all the lounge access. So now, yeah, traveling is a better experience.
Have you ever been on one of those like the influencer ones that I've seen, like the super crazy planes that go to Dubai that are like they have beds in them and shit, like a full bar and shit?
Oh, you mean flying business or first class?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. On like those big Airbus type things where it's like an experience almost, like.
I've flown business class. It happens.
Sick.
Often.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about like on Emirates.
Yes,
Singapore
that's the
Airways,
one I'm talking about.
Some of those. I haven't been in one of those rooms on there, but there's only like 2 airlines now that offer first class. It's all business now.
Yeah.
It's business class or economy premium, so you're up there. But to get that flight, get on those, you got to pay top dollar.
Yeah.
Or you need to have so many miles, and you get
the points and shit, the miles.
You get bumped up. So that happens.
At what point of traveling did you sign up for a card and start getting points? Because I've been traveling a bunch for my job for the past year, and I haven't done any points. I've been fucking up.
You've been flying the same airline?
Yeah, like a lot of American. What? Yeah, I'm blowing it.
And your job pays for this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm fucking up.
You're screwing up big time. That should be your homework for tonight.
I agree.
To make a flyer.
Frequent flyer account.
Yeah, do that.
Oh well.
That should be your homework for tonight.
Yep.
One of them at least. Because that's the thing. Most people don't travel enough to where it makes sense for them, or it's the same with like using one of those credit cards. Like, if you don't meet a certain threshold, it's not really worth it. But if you're traveling, how often are you flying?
Dude, I'm going to LA. A whole bunch. Like 3 weeks ago, I went to 13 cities in 8 days. Like
all flying?
Yeah. It was
on the same airline.
It was so many. a lot of it was the same airline. It was like 3/4 American Airlines, the rest Southwest. But yeah, it was so much just checking in, checking out, carrying the camera back. It was miserable. By the end of it, I got bronchitis. Like, it was fucked up. But
damn, are
it
you
was a lot
allowed
of travel.
to book your own tickets?
Yeah.
For the airline?
Yeah.
So you could just book the same airline every time.
Mm-hmm.
You would probably get bumped up to like a 1K.
Yeah.
Where you get all the perks, like you know, pre-boarding.
All the shit. Yeah.
Yeah. You go to the lounge whenever you want. You don't have to go sit anywhere. Like, you get the free food, all that stuff.
Do you go to the lounge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I go to the lounge because you know what?
What's the lounge like? Tell us. What's it like?
Some of them are okay,
the
but
people.
most of them, like, you got, okay, like American Express one, like the Centurion. That one's really good. You go in there. United one, if you're flying business, you can go in there and you sit there, or United Club. Those are the ones I usually stick with, or any of the alliance partners.
Yeah.
That are with American Express. We go in there. So what it does is it saves you money. Let's say if traveling as much as you're doing right now, how much money do you think you spend in the airport buying food?
Yeah, dude, for real. Like $30 a trip, $30 on food and water.
Okay, so
each time.
You did it in 1 month? You did like 13 states flying?
Yeah.
All right, so you probably spent, what would you say, 500 or more?
Yeah,
in the airport?
probably. Yeah. The lounges give you free food and drink?
Yep.
Nice.
So if you have a card, let's say you may have I don't know, let's say you have an Amex or Chase Sapphire or something. You have an annual fee. So let's say your annual fee is, I don't know, 250, maybe it's 300. But with those cards, they'll reimburse you for TSA Pre, for Clear, and you have lounge access. So you can use the lounge. So you save money. Because I know anytime I go to the airport, as much as I fly,
yeah,
I'm going to spend money in the airport. I'm going to get food. If you're in the airport, if you got a 4 or 5 hour layover,
right?
Like, that's where they make all their money off you anyway.
For real, yeah.
So that's what they do. They want to get you to the airport. That's how they get the money. So you get there, and all right, cool, I'm hungry. Or you might not want fast food. You don't want to spend $10. You might want something decent.
Yeah.
So you go spend, $30, $40.
Right.
And you do
so
that,
easily. Yeah.
You do that 10 times a month in the airport.
Then all of a sudden it's like a car payment.
Yeah. Between there you go. That's a car payment. If you have a car payment, one of those, it might be between taxis, Ubers, and Lyft rides to the airport, all that stuff. Some of those brands, some of those car companies, they reimburse you for rideshare.
No shit. That's dope.
Yeah.
I'm sold on looking into that. Sapphire. That sounds like the one. Sapphire. Like
I like Amex.
Okay. Why should I get Amex over Sapphire? Is there?
Well, I don't know if you should.
Yeah.
If it fits into your budget, sure. If not, then check out a different one.
The reimbursement sounds dope, and then $200 I can eat as much free food in the lounge. I can eat $200 worth of free food in the lounge in 3 trips.
Yeah. You don't want to eat yourself back to 300 pounds, do you?
But I could if I wanted to.
You can do whatever you want.
You never just pig out, Brad.
Yeah, I do.
Cheat days like The Rock.
I do all the time.
It's in moderation, dude. When I was losing the weight, I was fasting for a full day, one day a week, and then fasting till noon and stopping eating at 6 every other day of the week. Like it was and like when you fast for a full day, like it gets kind of psychedelic. Like things start getting weird towards the end of it. I'm so glad I did that shit, dude. You ever thank your past self for doing shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, sitting where you're at right now.
All the time. I give my you have to celebrate your achievements.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I had to do that. Because I remember I sat down with Jason Richardson. Jason, BMX rider, mountain biker as well.
Okay.
Psychologist, and we were talking one day, and I was having a bit of a moment, and I sat down for a second. I'm talking to myself, I'm thinking, and I was like, let me hit up Jason. So I spoke with Jason, and I started talking to him, and I was like, hey, and he goes, I just said straight up to him, I was like, am I kind of being am I whining right? Am I being a brat? You know, with this whole thing was going on, because I was kind of tired. I was riding nonstop, still just filming, doing everything. But I wasn't celebrating anything. I was just working.
Not good enough.
No,
Keep going.
I wasn't spending any money. I hadn't celebrated, hadn't done much. I'd gone out to some dinners. I went down to Mexico, and I was down there with my friend John Saunders, Ryan Mills, and Brandon. Matt Hill, the Beast, came down there, and I think that's about it. Yeah. So we were down there riding and stuff. It was another road trip. It was a type of trip that I had never been on with some of my friends, because not everybody there actually rode bikes.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a different experience.
That's dope.
But outside of that, I was just saving all my money, just stacking everything. I hadn't bought anything, and I was on the phone on a call with Jason, and he said, "Brad, he goes, man, you don't need to go out and just go and buy yourself, a Ferrari or anything, but you do need to celebrate your achievements, because you gotta look at it and celebrate. What else? Why are you doing it for? Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to be entirely outcome driven, but you do give yourself a pat on the back from time to time.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool, do this, and have some fun. Because I was working so hard, I wasn't having fun.
Yep. And
when he told me that, he goes, yes, you need to close that chapter from 2020. Just grinding so hard. I won those awards, Nora Cup.
Yep.
The Vital Award, and all those, and I was still the same mindset, just go, just go.
Yeah.
And he said, close that chapter.
Hell yeah.
It's time to rebuild and create a new plan, because you've conquered that. You achieved what you needed to.
Yeah, you hit the goal, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing good now.
Hell yeah.
But it took a minute for me to adjust.
Yeah, I believe it.
And it was a huge financial adjustment, because I had never been actually financially comfortable, where I didn't have to think about money in that way. And people say, more money, more problems. And no, it's more money, different problems.
Yes. 100%.
I'm not living paycheck to paycheck or having to really think about money like that. But now it's how do I make this work for me, and
how do you parlay it,
Right.
Yeah.
Help other people get in the position
Hell
to help
yeah.
themselves.
I love that you're thinking that way. That's dope.
Yeah, because, money's not the end-all, be-all, but it certainly is a tool.
It sure is. Yeah.
And, I get around people in general, people or riders or other riders, and some have done really well for themselves, or some who just are, at least they make it seem as if they're anti-money.
Yeah.
And
that's a good way to put it. I saw you just think about that. At least they make it seem
strange.
like they're
It's
anti-money.
they take this, it's like this low level of mediocrity, and they just pass it off as some form of happiness or altruism.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess, man. How many people can you help when you're broke?
Yes,
Probably
dude.
Not too many people. When you do have money, you can actually help people. At the same time, if you ask somebody right now, hey man, if you need anything, let me know. 9 out of 10, they're probably gonna ask you, oh, I need something. What do you need? Well, I need some money.
Yeah.
So instead of kind of knocking people who have it, or who's trying to make something, like go make something and go add to the world what you want to see.
Yes, for real.
Because I don't know, I've never really been able to help make a change in the person's life. I mean, I have. You can be there as a friend and do.
You can do a lot without money, but still, you can do more with.
But when you have the finances to be able to help somebody to really reposition themselves, to help their family, and just take care of everyday life, it keeps the landlord off your back. Who likes debt? Like you're sitting there, you got a landlord, like the rent's due, your car's broke down, you can't fix that, you can't focus on what you truly want to be doing. Maybe it's riding. It might be riding. You want to ride full time, but You you're not making ends meet. So instead of riding full time, you're working 2 other jobs. You're working construction. You're working, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not what you want to do full time. So one thing is taken from the next thing. If that's your purpose.
For real. It kind of does get annoying. And it's really easy to fall off when you just like, there's so many dudes that could be amazing, but are stuck working to make ends meet, to make a minimum wage or whatever. And it's tough. It's a bummer, but like you were saying, it feels so good to help people. Like I don't think I'm in the position you're in, but I'm in a good enough position where I've been able to help some friends in need at certain times. And it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done is just like giving is the best shit. It's amazing.
It feels
love doing it.
Great.
Yeah. It's fucking incredible.
Like I said, it feels amazing to have all this come to me, but it also like the day I made the announcement. Do you remember the photo of Colin, DeMarcus, and me standing on the hill and with the bottles of champagne?
Yeah.
That day felt just as good as the day I made the announcement for Adidas when I signed my contract.
Yeah, easily.
Because it also it helped change their lives too.
Yes.
Colin was when Colin called me, and after he got the call, he hit me up and he told me about it because he was ready to, teach full time.
Yeah, he was, huh?
Yeah, he was a substitute teacher, and he got offered a job to teach full time, and he got the call and changed. I mean, DeMarcus was already riding full time, but this was icing on the cake for him.
Yes.
So it felt
so good.
Yeah, it was definitely an indelible moment.
Yeah. Good choices too. Like those two are fucking incredible. I love watching them ride. Like Colin, it would be like a shame if he not a shame. Like teaching is amazing and noble, but like he's one of the riders that it's like you should be riding,
right.
a lot.
Yeah, I'm happy he was able to, come through.
Yeah.
Same with DeMarcus. One thing is what's funny about DeMarcus. He's so good, but he downplays a lot of. If you watch him on Instagram, like he just kind of keeps Instagram is kind of just like it's very much Instagram for him.
Yeah.
Like he'll throw a banger out there here and there. He'll do something, but
he's stacking.
Oh, he's got so much stuff in the bag.
Yeah.
You'll see him and he'll do something because he's so smooth.
Yeah.
He'll do a trick, and you're like, well, he could have spun the bars out of there, or he could have, spun out of this, and he would just say boop boop. He'll finesse it around.
Yeah.
And he'll do that. And when I ride with him, I'm like, come on, like just, spin the bars out of it, or shoot out. He goes, nah, I'm good. Or he'll do it, but when the camera comes out, like he'll get down.
He's kind of like he chooses his moments,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You can tell like he's smart, he's just older, like us, or I'd say us. I'm 33, you're 36. 37. Like
I think he's same as you.
Yeah, so he knows what's up. Like he knows when to push it and when not to, which is kind of like you have to choose. I think you do a really good job of that. Just like, nah, I'm chilling, and then when it's time, it's time. Like, how are you picking the clips that you are filming lately? I remember being with you somewhere, and you were asking, "Where's a good spot for a?" Maybe it was here. Superman. Where's a good spot for a fly out Superman seat grab? I think you were asking for, and then I see it later on in Austin, which is like, oh shit, there it is.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Well, at that time, I didn't really care. I put anything on there.
Yeah.
And I'm still like that now.
Nice.
I'll
just whatever happens.
I've put some of my all-time best clips on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Like that are just filmed with the phone.
Yeah.
Easily.
I love that. I
don't regret it because
you shouldn't.
Those clips. Some people say, I've heard people say, oh, they didn't count as Instagram. Like it was filmed.
Yeah, fool.
Whether it was filmed whether it's filmed on a Red or on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Vertical or horizontally, it was still filmed.
Yep.
You saw it. People saw it. So.
And you did it.
Right.
And there's proof. And we're in that age, dude. Like, it's an interesting conversation to have. That's a dead horse at this point, but like your model, which I actually, let's talk about this, because you said that following your model now might not necessarily work for everybody. What do you see as like the future? What do you see coming? as far as marketing yourself as a professional athlete?
That would really depend on what this person wants to do.
You
know? Are you saying me?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Oh.
What does the future look like for you?
For me, it's still, it's social media, it's video parts. I'll have something coming.
Okay.
I'll have something coming. Nobody won't know though.
I like that.
But I'm gonna drop.
He's cooking.
I'm gonna drop. Yeah, I'm gonna drop. I haven't. Other than like just throwing stuff on Instagram, like I haven't put anything together. No, when I did when I filmed a video with Justin Benthian.
Yeah, for Fit. Yeah, I just watched that the other day. Yeah.
Well, that's gone. That's not on.
Psych! I didn't watch it. I looked for it. It's gone.
It's
yeah,
gone.
they took it down.
Yeah.
Petty.
But I don't care. We filmed stuff in Colorado as well. Stuff will never see the light of day.
It's a bummer.
I can go back and do everything again, but there was some stuff that was kind of heavy. But still, maybe what I'll do is when I'll go and redo it and add it to a part that I'll probably eventually make.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's social media. It's gonna be videos. It's also gonna be partnering with endemic and non-endemic brands. You know, at this point, anybody who wants to watch me ride a bike has seen me ride a bike.
Right.
You know.
What does endemic mean?
Endemic?
Yeah.
Like brands that are within the industry.
Okay, and then non-endemic, so outside
it's like
the industry
car
brands.
brand.
Right. Yeah. Dope.
So, those brands. So that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be just me being more strategic about my personal brand in this building. Coming up bigger plans with my manager.
Sick.
He's a good dude.
What is it like having a manager? I wanted to talk about your manager. Like, how did you get a manager? What things has the manager elevated you to? What plans do you guys have, if any, that you can share? Are you going to do, I mean, you've obviously, like, part of the game is doing some modeling stuff, but, like, have you gotten some paid modeling gigs ever? Will you?
Well, I guess if you, not necessarily a modeling gig. My face isn't symmetrical, and
you're good looking, dude, and you're fit. You can rock some clothes.
Appreciate
and shit.
it. Thanks. I'm getting my teeth fixed right now. I have Invisalign.
Nice.
So people always want to know that question. Like, why don't you smile so much? Like, I'm getting my teeth fixed. They're just crowded up top, but they're almost there.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm mostly working with a manager. It's been good. Like, he actually cares about my career.
Dope.
So it's like personable. It's not. I mean, all relationships are transactional, you know, but it's not purely transactional. Like, we can sit, talk, joke around. Like, I'll go out to Colorado. We'll hang out. You know, when
Sick.
We'll talk. And,
He's a good one.
Yeah, I would say pretty. A genuine guy.
Yeah. What's been the highlight with working with him so far?
Watching his business grow as well. Us working together, like we've been growing together.
Sick.
He didn't work with. He's not a part of an agency. He has his own company.
Cool.
So with that being said, I've watched him grow. So how it transpired was just during 2020. 2020 same thing. That's when everybody was reaching out. I'm talking CPAs, agents, talent scouts, everything. Because I did a Taco Bell commercial.
Yeah,
people,
you did.
Yeah, people were just coming at me left and right because just because of the Instagram craze.
When it rains, it pours. Yeah.
They sure did. And
man, it's like you were fucking like digging for 6 months, and then you hit this well, and like, everything popped off.
Struck gold.
Yeah,
right?
that's fire, dude.
Yeah. So, that happened. He reached out to me, and he told me, he said, "Hey, I'm not like a, typical agent. I can do all these things." Told me, told me about his background, and that's when I realized, like, okay, cool. Like, I can handle some of this alone. I could do it by myself. But then when he started to show me how he structured deals And then we talked for a while. I was like, all right, cool. I actually need smarter people around me.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to help me elevate. And
Yep.
if I don't, I'm going to get overworked.
Yeah.
And more than likely just become stagnant. So by working with him, now he's been able to help me grow in the space and also create plans. And
so it's been 3 years with him ish, almost 3 years.
Yeah, because I used to, at first I couldn't really see past 2 weeks.
Right.
It was hard. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I get this deal. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right, cool. We got 1 year. Because I'm so used to dealing in
the 1 year deals.
And now like dealing with these brands are so big. Like you're going from like dealing with, now I'm dealing with like $1 billion companies.
Yeah.
So we're like they're even if you were to start talking to a brand, like they start like renegotiating like and dealing like in a physical year.
Yeah.
And like in the summer.
Yeah.
So they're already talking about, they're like, let's say you're in 2020, we're in 2023 right now. Like they're talking about 2025, 2024.
Yep.
In the summer. They're just okay, cool. We need to get this done. And just like same in BMX where they're talking about like their new bike line in 24. They're actually talking about discussing budgets and the team for the next like 3 to 5 years. Yep. That's one of the big differences. And also just I don't just answer to one. I don't speak to one person. Like I have talked to my brand manager. Then also like my personal brand manager. Then
that's who we were talking about just now, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
So my agent. Okay. Then there's the managers within the brand. So I'm talking to like a marketing manager, a global marketing manager.
Yep.
Then there's a CEO. There's
product manager. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
All that, mechanics. Yeah. Everything. Like mountain biking is a different world.
I believe it.
So many moving pieces within the mountain bike industry.
Yeah. I'm so stoked for you to be involved in that world. I just talked to Chris Kyle. He's in it. Like he was telling his story about getting into it, and Christian Mergal getting into it. And I'm just so happy for everybody doing that. Like,
yeah, it's a good time. I think what people don't even realize is that when I go mountain biking, when I go ride mountain bikes, 99% of the time, I'm riding with BMX riders.
Right? Yeah.
I haven't been on one mountain biking trip where I wasn't around somebody who didn't come from BMX.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
They rode BMX for years. Some of them used to be like Olympic racers. Yeah. And they started riding mountain bikes, or they're trail riders. I know guys who ride mountain bikes who they're just kind of like closet mountain bike riders. They go to parks.
Closet mountain bike.
Yeah, they go to parks and shit. They just go ride and they love it. They're like, oh, this is the sickest thing ever.
Yeah.
But they don't really you never see them post anything about it.
Yeah.
They'll just go to.
It's weird. They're ashamed.
They'll just go to a park. I just don't think I don't know what it is.
It's okay to come out, guys. It's okay to come out.
So they do that. And
who are some mountain bikers that I don't know about that I should know about? The one you mentioned at the beginning, or like towards the beginning of this. Do you remember?
Brandon Semenuk?
Nope, before him. But because I know Brandon Semenuk. You mentioned another one that was your homie that was on Canyon, I think. Or
Thomas Genome.
Yeah, Thomas Genome.
Tommy G.
Tommy G on Instagram. Thomas Genome.
It's Thomas Genome.
Gen. Yeah, Thomas Genome.
He's sick. Nico Vink.
Nico Vink,
incredible. Also builds the sickest jump lines.
Vink Nico.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Him. Have you seen Emil Johansson?
Emil Johansson. So, how do you spell Emil?
E-M-I-L. Emil.
Yeah, and is it Baranek? No, that's a fucking model.
Emil Johansson.
Emil Johansson. Yeah, there he is. Okay. No, I haven't seen him.
Oh,
but he's fucking
man.
out there.
Combos are out of this world.
Let's go. Oh, he's the tall boy. I've seen his post, dude.
He's from Sweden.
Yes, dude. He's unbelievable. Yeah. I saw his what's it called? What's the contest that just happened? Slopestyle or
Crankworks.
Something? Crankworks, yeah.
Down in
he was doing like the 360 whip back or something on the mountain bike, and it's just
Emil, he's young, dude. He's like, I don't know, 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
Like on fire.
Unbelievable.
Unstoppable.
What's Nikola
Nikolai Rogatkin.
Yeah. He was in BMX for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
For a while.
And then
now he's, same thing on the.
I just saw a clip of him that like did the thing where it went out of the industry and then everybody sees it. It was just the biggest backflip, I think, or front flip over the.
Oh, Tom Eisted.
Tom Eisted.
Down in South Africa for Darkfest. Yeah, 110-foot long backflip.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
What you doing, man? It's crazy.
Those jumps are huge. Like,
Yeah.
people don't even. We went to this place out in France called Royal Hills. We didn't get to hit all the jumps because it was too wet. We only got to ride some of them. But how quickly you pick up speed for those jumps? You go immediately. You go from a little roller, 10-foot, 45. Then but you're also at that speed.
Yeah,
so
dude.
You're going. Yeah, you're going from
That's
5
wild.
mile per hour, and by the time you get down to like the biggest jump, you're going 50.
Yeah.
Just,
Are you hitting these and doing tricks in the air and shit?
yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude.
We didn't get to hit all of them, but we hit the top, the biggest ones from the top.
Dope.
But I think I haven't hit anything longer than the ones there.
Still though,
They're,
that's substantial. That's
we'll
legit.
go back when it's warm, when it's dry,
Yeah.
and just go fire through the lines.
What's your favorite trick to do on a mountain bike? Because it feels different from a BMX. So like some things feel better than others. What's your
My
favorite?
same trick. Let me see. Favorite trick doing a mountain bike? I don't know. Maybe 1-foot table, something like that.
Nice.
I haven't found the right jump that I want to do on, but I do want to do a Superman seat grab Indian air over like a huge jump.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you doing that. That's fucking rad. What are your thoughts on helmets? Now that you've gone into the mountain biking world and putting a helmet on,
Helmets? Well, I still get criticized a lot
for wearing helmets or for not wearing
not wearing a helmet.
helmets? I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, because people, because I don't wear a helmet riding BMX, but I
Right.
wear a half shell when I'm riding a trials bike and I ride full face riding a mountain bike.
Yeah.
Then people send me messages, whatever. They're like, I can't believe you're a bad role model. I can't believe you're sponsored.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of really passionate people about helmets out
yeah.
there.
The helmet thing in the mountain bike world it's just part of the package.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the culture is there. BMX.
It's not quite there in BMX yet, or
No.
if
I don't.
ever.
The thing is, anybody who comes at me who, feels negatively about what I'm doing, riding.
Yeah.
You can feel however you want to feel. Somebody like, you're a bad role model. I won't allow my kids to watch you ride. I mean, you are the parent. If I was around them, like, I would tell your kids, hey, yes,
Wear a
you
helmet.
should wear a helmet. Anybody who is thinking about wearing a helmet or kind of apprehensive about it, like, yeah, man, put a helmet on, wear a helmet.
For real.
I mean, I know the risk that comes with what I'm doing, but when I get on a mountain bike, I want to wear a full face helmet.
Yeah, I would too.
I've never wanted to wear a helmet so badly before in my life until I started riding mountain bikes. I'm like, I want this helmet on. Put this helmet on my head, man. You're going too fast. Like the tree always wins.
Yeah.
The tree always wins, and you're going 45, 50 miles per hour hitting jumps that are 60, 70 feet long.
Nuts.
Like, you want to have something on your head.
That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, you're not hitting. The thing is, I've hit big BMX jumps. When you don't want to hit a jump that big or 20-inch wheels.
For real. Yeah. No, not stable.
It doesn't feel good. Like the bike, it's small, it's twitchy.
Yep.
That mountain bike, you having suspension, just the weight alone, the wheel size.
Yep.
You have 27 or 29 hitting. And not all places they're not smooth. That's one thing. Like, really good BMX trails are so
Super smooth.
groomed.
Yeah.
They look like you're riding on cement.
Yep.
But you go to mountain bike park, it's pretty smooth for that. But you have these huge knobs, you have suspension, and
Yep.
you barely even notice it. But if you're on 20-inch wheels,
Get.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you would be.
Oh shit. That's cool that you grew up racing to give you that bike control that's kind of like with you for life. Like, I feel like everybody who started racing when they were young just have it like ingrained in their brain on how to handle jumping shit. So that's dope. I remember seeing a clip of you like at trails, just not not down. You're like, I'm not hitting these trails. You know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about a Hoffman road trip.
Yes.
When I was out in Colorado.
Yeah.
I hadn't ridden trails in a while. And I made a bet with Seth Kimbrough. I was like, all right, he's like, I bet. He said, you want to make a bet? I was like, you think you can make it through first try? And I didn't make it through first try.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, I bailed and washed out on some landing. But
riding transition is a different ball game. Like I've grown up riding curbs and banks, but never really been comfortable popping in the air. How do you do it? You just pull back?
Quarters?
Ride quarters, ride like a hip, just airing a hip at Tempe Skate Park I'm working on, and I'm doing it, but it doesn't feel like I'm basically, it's just spooky. What's your advice to people who can't air out?
Bike geometry is kind of important when it comes to ramps. Just because I'm riding so many different bikes now, riding ramps is always harder for me to go back to the BMX. Unless I ride BMX like every other day.
Yeah. Kind of lose it.
I don't lose. I'm building up a new bike now, but going back to a shorter back end. So you're used to you're watching 3 different head tube angles. So the trials bike is the steepest head tube angle.
Okay.
The front end is much higher than the BMX bike, but also the bottom bracket is really high. The back end is the back end on my bike is a bit longer. BMX bike, the head tube, it's not as steep.
But since the other aspects,
smaller front wheel.
Yeah.
So I'm riding 20-inch, 24, and 27 and a half. So the mountain bike is more slacked out. So if I were to just hop over something, I kind of have to. I'm looking at this wheel in 3 different positions all the time.
Yeah,
and
that's gonna be weird.
The BMX is it's the lightest bike. No, actually no, my trials bike is light because I have a carbon frame. But it's just so twitchy. You go from 27.5.
Yeah, where
21.
manualing is a full effort to pull back, and then you get on a BMX bike and it's
you just think about it. The other day I was messing around doing a hop 5 on the ground. Yeah. And I was just 720.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not used to it. I actually went a few months without riding. I was just on the trials bike and mountain bike. Then I had a shoulder flare up, so I just wasn't riding at all for a few weeks.
Word.
But
then you get back on it and it's a whole different ballgame. What are you looking at, homie?
Yeah, exactly.
Go. Oh hell, fucking A, Brad. Thanks for coming over. You want to wrap it up?
Man, I appreciate you having me over, man.
Is there anything else we should cover while we're here?
Anything else we can cover?
I want people to know he pulled up in a really nice car. Porsche?
Taycan?
Shit. And then there's kids at the pool going, he rich. How much money you make?
That was funny. Yeah, those kids.
That was great.
Kids. But yeah, these are. But when you watch this, my signature colorway will be out for Adidas 510. Check those out. Brad Sims. Make sure you get those when they drop. And I appreciate the support. Anybody out there who's watching.
Hell yeah.
Let's make it happen. Boom.
I'm going to get some.
Brad Sims in there.
They're looking nice.
Yeah.
Dude, even if they were ugly, I would still buy them to support. You guys should all buy some 510 Brad Sims. That's dope. Yeah. I love it, man. All right. Boom. That's a wrap.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Wait, before we wrap, what are you going to do now for the rest of the night?
Rest of the night?
Yeah.
Go grab some food somewhere.
Go get some steak.
I might go steak.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, you trying to get a steak?
Let's get a steak, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Steak time.